I get it, you've got a warehouse or a busy shop floor, and the last thing you need is to drop a few grand on a scale that ends up gathering dust or, worse, gives you the wrong numbers when you're trying to ship a pallet. You're probably scrolling through a dozen listings, wondering if the specs on the page really translate to reliable day-to-day use. And you want to know whether the price tag matches the actual value for your specific workflow, not just a marketing headline. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's talk about the Atom Equipment PT31010. At first glance, it's a heavyweight, a 10,000 pounds, about 4,500 kilograms, capacity platform with a diamond plate surface that promises durability, a backlit LCD that you can read in bright daylight, and a sealed keypad that's supposed to shrug off spills and grime. Those are the kind of features you see on paper, but how do they hold up when you actually roll a loaded pallet onto the platform, tap a few buttons, and need that weight for a shipping manifest or inventory audit? I started by visualizing the typical environment where this scale would live. Picture a mid-sized distribution center that moves a mix of full pallets of bulk goods, half pallets of boxed items, and occasional large crates. The floor is concrete, there's a constant flow of forklifts, and the staff is juggling orders, scanning barcodes, and trying to keep errors under 1%. In that setting, you need a scale that can take the weight of a fully loaded pallet without sagging, and you need the readout to be instantly visible from the operator's standpoint, often standing a few feet away. The first practical strength I see is the reinforced frame paired with the diamond plate top. That combination isn't just about looking industrial. It actually distributes the load across a broad surface, so a 10,000 pounds pallet doesn't concentrate pressure on a single spot and risk warping the platform. In my experience with similar scales, a flimsy top can develop dents that throw off the capacitance sensors over time, leading to drift. The Atom model's solid construction should keep the platform flat for years, which means you're not constantly recalibrating or fighting measurement drift. Readability is another point that matters in the real world. The LCD shows weight in 2 pounds, 1 kilogram increments. For a full pallet, that's usually fine. You're not trying to measure a handful of screws. The backlight can be programmed to stay on, stay off, or only light up when a button is pressed. In a busy dock with bright overhead lights, a constantly lit display can actually become a distraction. The ability to set the backlight to light only when pressed lets you keep the focus on the job, and the vivid, backlit digits are still clear when you need them, even if the warehouse has a high bay lighting system. One of the less obvious advantages is the color-coded keypad. The most frequently used functions, zeroing the scale, switching units, and printing a label, are all highlighted in different colors. In a fast-paced environment, that reduces the cognitive load. An employee doesn't have to hunt for the right button. They just press the red key to zero, the green key to print, and they're done. The sealed keypad also gives the scale a resistance to the inevitable spills of oil, water, or even the occasional dropped crate. In practice, that means less downtime cleaning and fewer warranty calls for water damage. Connectivity is where the PT31010 steps a little out of the ordinary. It offers an RS-232 serial port for hooking up to a computer or a label printer. If your operation still runs legacy software that expects the serial input, you're golden. However, if you're looking for a plug-and-play USB or Bluetooth link to a modern inventory system, you'll need an adapter or a small interface box. That's a hidden trade-off, something that can add a few extra dollars and a bit of configuration time. For many small to mid-sized shops that already have a serial-ready terminal, it's a non-issue, but for newer setups, it's a point to consider. Now, who should actually buy this thing? If you are running a warehouse that regularly handles full pallets, whether it's food products, building materials, or bulk retail goods, the 10,000 pounds capacity gives you a wide safety margin. The durability of the platform means you won't be worrying about the scale cracking under repeated heavy loads, which can be a costly problem for businesses that need to stay on schedule. The built-in label printer is a practical bonus. You can print a weight tag right at the scale, attach it to the pallet, and have a clear audit trail for shipping carriers. On the flip side, if you're an Etsy crafter, a small workshop that only weighs boxes of up to a few hundred pounds, or a home DIYer who just wants to weigh a bike, this is overkill. The 2 pounds readability means you won't get the fine-grained data you might need for lighter items, and the footprint of the platform occupies a decent amount of floor space roughly the